Good morning. Today is Tuesday, November 11th. Much like everybody else in the country, we're excuse me, now in a cold snap. So most of my work, I think, for the next few days, unless I have to do it, is going to be inside. So a couple things I wanted to show you. First off, new project. Any guesses? I'm hoping to turn him into a R2-D2 trash can. We'll see what happens. I was taking a look at the Toon gun. I hit it with a couple of coats of the lacquer, and I still don't feel like I have it as smooth as I'd like. So I'm going to hit it with one more wet sand and then get the mold box finished and get this thing going. I showed you we have the interior section and then the outer covers, and these act as plugs to fill in the interior space, so I'm not using more silicone than I need. And they fit reasonably well together. What I'm going to do is I want to shore up this area here around the edge for two reasons. One, I don't want it to leak because I'll end up with a silicone mess. And secondly, those gaps are going to end up, even if they don't leak, they're going to fill with silicone and it's wasted. So there's a couple things I was thinking about. Sometimes when I do mold boxes like this, I take just basic clay, oil-based clay, and run it around the inside to prevent leaks, which is not a bad deal. But when you ultimately pull it out after the silicone has cured, you have these gaps where the clay used to be. It's not really a big deal, but it means it doesn't fit in the mold box as well as I'd like. So I'm going to try something new. This is 2-part plumber's epoxy. It's pretty cool stuff. It's basically, for those who aren't familiar with it, it feels like clay or Play-Doh, and it's in 2 parts. There's that light gray in the middle and the darker gray on the outside. And when you knead it together, you get a chemical reaction which causes it to start to cure. So you have about, I don't know, 5 to 6 minutes of time before it gets too hard or too crumbly to use. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to run some Vaseline around the outer edge of the mold because I don't want this to adhere to it, and then fill in the inner part. And so ultimately I'll get a better fitting mold with fewer cracks, and then any other gaps that I have later I'll just fill in with regular clay. I got the bullets all painted up and detailed last night, and all they need now is a coat of gloss clear coat, and we're going to call them done. Next step on the bat devices is I'm gonna use some adhesive spray and actually adhere them to just a piece of paper in anticipation of creating the mold box. When I do these pours from the back, typically the back is not as clean as I'd like it, and if I have essentially a little boundary around it, that thickness of the paper that can be snapped off, I'm hoping to get a cleaner look to them. And then I don't know if I'd shown it, but that's the hammer to the Toon gun. So that'll be molded separately.